This week we are giving away one of our tactical squirrel bandoliers, AKA the cord control. Stick around to the end of the episode to figure out how you can win one of these. Not the squirrel, but the cord control thing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Blue Ridge Bonfire.
I'm Dean.
I'm CT. It's good to have you guys along. We have a fun, action-packed show for you today. It's going to be action. We went to the Adventure X Festival this last weekend.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun. For those that don't know, Adventure X Fest was put on by our friends at Mountain State Overland, just northwest of here in Covington, Virginia. Obviously, because of COVID-19, it was kept a little bit on the small side, but it was a lot of fun. I went up Friday, got the Brog booth set up. There was some bands and stuff Friday night, and there was a beer garden. Then Saturday we went out and did some trail rides. A bunch of people went off in different directions. Jason at MSO put together a really nice map with a lot of different routes. And then Saturday night there was some more bands, the title of which was the Vagabonds. A couple people went mountain biking, hiking. So, I mean, that's the whole idea behind the adventure part of X Fest. So I'm definitely looking forward to next year's event.
All right, so we've got some shirts and some patches coming down the line. The Apocalypse 2020. Here, I'll throw up a picture of what the patches are actually going to look like here for you.
Yeah, so the patches have been ordered and they'll be here in a couple weeks. But the thing that everybody's been asking about is when are we going to do the pre-order for the shirts? And that is going to start Thursday, September 24th. Now, here's the deal. We will only make as many shirts as there are orders. So that's it. So if you want a shirt, you've got to order it. Once the shirt is, the closes, there will be no more shirts. This is going to be a limited edition, a one-time run only. Same thing with the patch. There's going to be 1,000 patches, and that's it. Just like with some of our seasonal patches, once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want in on it, next Thursday, the 24th, the shirt orders will be up for about a week, so you'll have a couple days to get that, and then you can get your patches at the same time. Then once everything shows up, we'll get them shipped out to you.
Yep. All right, so that takes us to events. We've got the Fall Foliage Ride still upcoming. That is on November. It's in November, right?
Yep, November 6th to the 8th. That's going to, again, be guided by Fury Training Concepts. $200 per vehicle. This one is going to be a little bit different. We're actually gonna overland on an overland trail ride, meaning without giving away too many details, we are going to set up camp in one location, break camp, move to another location as a convoy, and make camp in a second location. So if you are the type of person who likes to have REI puke out into your campsite with every gadget and gizmo and set up a nice little outdoor glamping home, this may not be the trip for you. If you are kind of trying to figure out your setup and you maybe want to see how mobile you can be, we'll definitely help you out as best we can. But this is going to be basically make camp Friday night, drive all day Saturday, make camp Saturday in a different location.
So the other thing which does not require registration and is free to everybody who shows up is the flea market. We get to buy and sell and trade all your vehicle gear, all of your camping gear, overlanding gear. Link down below. We'll get the sort of an information page set up. If you guys RSVP, that'd be appreciated, just so we can roughly plan on how many folks are going to be here, but you don't have to buy a ticket or anything like that.
Yep, and then that'll be Saturday, November 21st here at the new Brog shop. So it'll also kind of be like an open house party type thing, so you guys can come see the new building, see the new property. We will have camping available, so if you do want to stay, spend the night, say Friday night and or Saturday night, please let us know when you RSVP, just again, so we can plan accordingly. However, if you last minute show up, it's not like we're going to kick you out. We may just charge you double.
All right, so this brings us to reading your comments. Now,
readers' comments.
Last week, we asked you guys, what was the most expensive piece of overlanding gear that turned out to be a total flop, never used it, never got your money's worth, or just failed on you? And what was the cheapest thing that became totally indispensable?
Yeah, like the cheap thing you would turn around for. Like, that's how important it is.
Brian Taylor on YouTube said, most expensive, biggest waste of money was GoPro cameras. I totally agree with you.
We talked about that
I
in the
never
previous
watch
video.
the footage, and the batteries are always dead. They stay in a brog bag that I put in my taco caddy under the rear seat. The least expensive item that was priceless was my Joe K-Cup coffee maker. It cheaps and it works and it's easy to clean up.
All right, Truckee Trail Boss on Instagram said, biggest waste of money, the brand new Yeti cooler to replace my old beat up Coleman that turns out kept the ice longer. Best small cheap object has to be my Amazon bought coffee brewer mug. Dump your coffee in hot water and done.
Nice. Deb Stansberry on Facebook said, the big waste was my husband purchased a queen size $1,500 rooftop tent that had more sleeping space, but we still use our original Tepui twin size. The thing I can't camp without are rubber gloves. They are the most versatile tool in my glove box.
That's why we make the glove box or the glove dispenser. Mr. Patty Cakes on Instagram said, biggest money waste, the pedal commander or iDrive. Notice the difference, but useless. Best cheap item, the treasure bag. It has become an essential part of my daily life. I keep everything I need in there for daily things like keys, wallet, meds, etc. Every time I go somewhere, it goes with me. Want to get some for the family, but so patiently waiting on the restock. Don't worry, we should have those ready for order here soon. If you want one, make sure to sign up for the Notify Me When Back in Stock emails.
Yep. Norse Falconer on YouTube said, most expensive waste of money was my adventure motorcycle. I thought I'd like overlanding on a bike, but there's something to be said for climate control and being enclosed during a storm. Still enjoy riding though. Least expensive but vital was my pocket knife. I may not turn around, but I'll be buying one at the first chance I get if I've left it behind. Cade Williams on YouTube said, Crocs. Can't go anywhere without them.
Right, and so Jay Ezel replied and said, and once the Crocs go into four-wheel drive mode, i.e. the strap behind the heels, literally unstoppable. I have to confess, I have yet to jump on the Crocs bandwagon.
Oh, my style sense gets offended every time I see them. And our winner from last week, chosen at random, was Wanderlost 4-Wheel BKR, who said, biggest waste of money so far was a light bar. I haven't used it once on the trail. The cheapest must-have is my Zippo. I have 3 or 4 lighters stashed in different pouches and drawers, but I have driven home an hour for my Zippo. Right. All right, so the giveaway this week
is the Squirrel Tactical Bandolier,
yes.
AKA the cord control.
So the cord controls. So I call this like the most underrated piece of brog gear. It's got a bunch of these Velcro tabs you can put your cords in, and then the thing rolls up and makes a nice little pod like this, keeps them organized, keeps them from getting tangled and stuff like that. And then I've actually gone one extra and I put Velcro on my card reader, my memory card reader, and so it like sticks the outside. I've stuck little SSD hard drives to the outside of this thing, but actually I have every type of USB in here. I've got charging cords and stuff like that. But since I got this thing, I love it. I actually want several more of these. But anyway, you guys get one of these for free.
So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and announce the winner already, and that is gonna be Dean. So just thank you. I enjoy watching the show.
With fall coming is pumpkin spice. Okay, so pumpkin spice, everything is going to start showing up everywhere in all of the stores, every imaginable coffee drink, right?
Some places are even running out of it already. I'm like, how can you run out of pumpkin spice? It's not even October yet.
So our question for you is pumpkin spice.
Yay or nay?
Love it or hate it?
Yeah, love it, hate it, yes, no?
Yes, no. And I'll take you one further is if you like pumpkin spice, can you keep your man card?
I'll even go one step further. Pumpkin beer for you, and I've got to vote no, no, and no. I do not like pumpkins. My basic white girl does not come out until December when I peppermint everything. Peppermint cookies, peppermint hot chocolate.
Let us know what you think.
Yep.
Leave it in a comment down below. Any and all pumpkin spice related comments will be entered to win. Cord control, but not this one because this one's mine and you can't have it.
Bonus points for pumpkin spice memes You guys on Facebook have been loving your memes.
All right, so what do we got coming down the pipe next, Dean?
Yeah, so this week, although it's not anything that we are directly involved in, this Friday on the 18th, Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borsham are debuting The Long Way Up. Now, a lot of you Overland travel enthusiasts have been inspired by their previous adventures, Long Way Round, where they went around the world, and then Long Way Down, where they went from Scotland to South Africa. This time they're going the long way up, so they're starting in Argentina and going to Alaska. Again, I can confess, I remember watching these on Netflix over and over again, just kind of getting inspired and getting fired up to go traveling. So we just want to let you guys know that, hey, that's coming down the pipeline this week on Friday the 18th.
Where do people watch that? Where can I watch that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know I saw it on an Apple TV ad, but I'm sure it'll probably be
I'll do some research and then throw that up here in post.
Yeah,
okay,
there
great.
we go.
All right. So with the other thing we got coming on our channel is going to be Trail Etiquette Part 4. This is where we're going to talk about campsites. Okay, so I actually have a campsites related question.
Okay.
Because I've heard of like dispersed camping and like where can you do that? And then I don't know. And the people are like, oh yeah, in state parks you can disperse camp and there's places to camp. And I'm like, really? I don't know. So I know on maps, the green blobs are forests and they mark the state forests. If I just drive to one, can I probably find a place to camp, or is some park ranger going to write me a ticket for $400?
Most likely you'll get a ticket for $400.
Damn it.
And,
So what do I do?
So, and here's why. So when you talk about dispersed camping in a state forest, more often than not, that is for hikers. Okay,
Oh.
so if someone's hiking down the Appalachian Trail or the Mid-State Trail or something like that, they're allowed to quote unquote dispersed camp along that corridor for that trail. It's not like dispersed camping out west on BLM land where an overlander can literally pull off in the middle of the desert or the middle of the BLM land or whatever and set up camp. So on the East Coast, things are a little bit different. And that's where things like the Purple Lizard maps come into play. So the Purple Lizard map, you know, they have a map for Michaud State Forest, which used to be in my backyard. And on that, it has where all the primitive campsites are and they're numbered. And a lot of the state forests on the East Coast are set up like that. So they will have a primitive campsite that you can drive an overland vehicle to, set up your rooftop tent, set up your travel trailer or whatever. But that's not considered dispersed camping. It's just considered primitive camping. So there's no facilities, no bathrooms. But there are some regulations. Like I know in Michaud, you need a permit. Tuscarora State Forest, you do not. Here in Central Virginia, in the National Forest, there's a lot of primitive campsites that again are basically first come, first serve. That you don't need to pay for, don't need a permit for, but you know, if it's busy peak season, you might find somebody already there, which has happened to me.
So if I'm on my way somewhere and I haven't bought the map yet and I need information, should I just like call ahead to park rangers or something?
Yeah, and that's usually the best thing is like usually your forest ranger offices, even if they're closed, they usually have pamphlet centers, which have things like maps and campsite information on them. So
Good old analog paper maps, ladies and gentlemen.
and also too, check out the, you know, something like iOverlander, the app, or if you have a Garmin Overlander, it's built into it with the Ultimate Campgrounds database. So you can always look to see, you know, if someone has already marked a primitive or dispersed campsite somewhere that you can access by vehicle if it's, you know, on BLM land. So that's kind of where those apps come into play.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the fun we have for today. I've been CT, that's our bandolier model.
Tactical Sasquatch. And I'm Dean, so thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit us up next week. Same brog channel.
Same broad time. 2020. Here, I'll throw up a picture of what the patches are actually gonna look like. We've got some we got some mock-ups
Mock-ups.
of those here for you.